Students, I myself, Anil Kumar Shoaib, welcome you back to the Gyan Jyoti online classes. Students, today we will study chapter number 7 of the section civics, that is the urban administration. Students, we have already completed the chapter number 6, that is rural administration. As I have told you that the areas of our country, the cities, towns are divided into two types. That is called the rural, that is the village area, and that is the urban administration. Means urban means cities, towns, metros. Okay, students. Then we will study about the administration, how the civic bodies of these urban areas function. In this chapter, we will study about the municipalities, municipal corporation. Students, now places like our town, Kharia Road, Nuapada, Rajkharia, they have NSCs, notified area councils. In the last chapter, students, we have seen in the last chapter how the Gram Panchayats, Block Samitis, Jilla Parishads constitute the Panchayati Raj in rural India. Yes, it's true. We have studied a diagram, a pyramid. In what the Gram Panchayat at the lowest level, the Panchayat Samiti at the block level, and at the top most, the apex one, there is the Jilla Parishad. Then students, this has changed the face of villages in the country. The credit for this goes to the villagers themselves, who are striving hard to make their local governments a success. Students, here, just as the Panchayati Raj institutions provide help to village people and serve them in the best possible manner, in the same way as the municipalities, municipal corporations serve the urban areas, that is in towns and cities. But students, this is one more thing missing in the chapter is that about our state, I am talking about Odisha, that normally there are NSCs, notified area council. Then there is municipalities, the bigger cities, bigger area than this, and then at last municipal corporation. This is the structure we have in our state. Like, let me write the examples in the left side, students. Please see it. First one is, students, Kharia Road, then Nuapada are examples of students NSCs. Okay, students. Then it's Bhawanipatna, then Balangir, these are the examples of municipalities. I am taking examples of Odisha, students, near about areas. And what about municipal corporations? Then I will write here Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, these are some of the examples, students. In Odisha, there are Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, Sambalpur, Rourkela, Berhampur. There are 5 municipal corporations, and there are many municipalities and many NSCs in our state. So, students, in our book, in your book, but the NSCs, the topic NSCs is not given, so we will not study now about it. We will study about these only 2. In urban areas, the urban local governments is divided into 2, municipalities and municipal corporations. A town is smaller than a city in size and population. It's true, students. Let us take the example of Balangir is smaller than Bhubaneswar and Cuttack. Bhubaneswar is a state capital, it is a big city. The population is much more than Balangir. Then it has a population of between 20,000 and 10 lakhs. Yes, it's true in a town, but a town with a population of over 10 lakh is a city, like the example of Bhubaneswar and Cuttack. Their population is more than 10 lakh. Okay, students. Then we'll study some of the problems of the city life. What are the problems being faced by the people of the city? Students, our country, first of all, we will know that our country is not a developed country. It has many problems. It is in the developing stage. Problems of city life. What are the problems of city life? The first one, population. Students, we know that our country stands second in terms of population, just after China. China is also a neighboring country, and it is increasing in such a rate that it has become the second most populous country in the world. The population of the cities is increasing very fast. Yes, it's true. This makes it difficult for the government to provide the people living here with all the basic amenities, all the facilities. What a person should, as a human being, should get. It is not possible for the government because the population is increasing day by day in a large manner. Okay, students. Then next is migration. Students, what do you mean by migration? When people they shift from one place to another in search of good food, in search of shelter, in search of their better standard of living, in search of employment. There are many stages. Then that is called migration. City life attracts people from villages. Village folk migrate to cities in search of better jobs. But many remain jobless and add to the increasing population of the city. Yes, everybody don't get jobs in cities, but they move to cities for better life. What they don't get in the village or rural areas. Then students, next is housing. Housing. You need a roof to stay, to save. You can't just remain in the open sky. Migration of the village population creates an additional burden on housing in the cities. Finding no proper place to live, they set up slums. Students, you know slums? Basti. Students, there is a place in Mumbai that is called Dharavi. That is the biggest slum in Asia. Lakhs of people stay there. Especially you have seen in this corona time that most of the people are being suffering from corona disease. Particularly in that area. Mumbai is a highly affected corona zone. So that is also needed because if the population will increase, the large number of houses also people need to survive, to stay. Next, students, the overcrowding. Next problem is overcrowding. Overcrowding. Students, what do you mean by overcrowding? It means the large number of people gathering in cities nowadays. That has created a menace, a problem, a big problem in the cities. The next is, students, pollution. Obviously, students, if more people come to the cities, then pollution will also increase there. Students, how many types of pollution are there? Cities suffer from pollution of different kinds. That I have told you how many types of pollution are that I asked you. Environmental and noise pollution can be cited examples. Students, noise pollution like sound pollution, the air pollution, the water pollution. The water gets contaminated, the drainage water flows into the river, into the seas, it gets polluted. A large number of vehicles, large number of industries, factories are set up, so that causes air pollution. So there are different types of pollution increases when people move to cities, they migrate to cities. That doesn't happen in small towns like ours. So that is one of the problems. The next is, students, the water and electricity. Water and electricity. Students, as we know that in geography, the geography section, we have studied that air, water, land, we all need these elements. to survive. So water is the most essential element in our surviving. The growing population creates problems of short supply of water and electricity. Yes, it's true. And now the next is disparities. So disparities means differences. Disparity in income leads to high rate of crime. Yes, it's true, students. As I have told you that our country is in a developing stage. Nowadays, our country is a developed stage. Okay, developed country. So, a disparity, differences in income, differences between the poor and rich, that causes inequality between the people, the distribution of wealth, that causes crime. Okay, students. Then now, next, we'll study about the municipalities and municipal corporation in detail. Now, students, as I have told you that the urban local bodies, or the urban local government is divided into two. That is the municipalities, and the second one is the municipal corporations. I have given you an example of NAC, that is the Notified Area Council, but it's not as in your book. But it is a civic body of our state, as you know. Then students, let us talk about the municipality. A town with a population of between 10,000 and 10 lakh is looked after by a municipality or a municipal committee. From if a population is 10,000 to, if the population is 10,000 and 10 lakh, then it is called a municipality. Students, the name is given for proper functioning of the body, urban civic body. The number of members of these municipalities or municipal committees ranges between 15 to 15 and 16. The members, as there are ward members in NACs, there are ward members in the municipalities also. These members are elected by the adult residents of the town whose names are present in the voter list. That I have told you, students, universal adult franchise. The voting also happens, the election also happens, where the persons who are attaining or who have attained more than 18 years, they have the right to vote. Then, citizens desirous of contesting municipal elections should have completed the age of 25 years. Students, suppose a person has completed more than 25 years, then he or she can stand in the elections. Okay. Then, for the purpose of municipal elections, a town is divided into several wards. I have told you, it depends upon the size of the city, size of the town. The number of wards may differ from Kharia Road to Noida or Bhawanipatna to Balangir, as I have given you an example. They both are municipalities, but Balangir is a little bit bigger town than Bhawanipatna. So this is an example, students. So this happens, and this creates a number of wards, and it differs from the size of the city or town. The number of wards and the number of members vary from town to town and municipality to municipality depending upon its population. Especially, students, the population is the most important factor to divide it into different wards. Some wards are reserved for Dalits, some women, where they can contest elections. Members are elected directly, they are called the councillors. Students, some wards are reserved for women, Dalits, like SCs, STs. Okay, students. Then the ward members, once they are elected, they are called as councillors. The members of the municipality or municipal committee elect a chairman and a deputy chairman, the head. So who is the head? That is called the chairman. He is assisted by deputy chairman. The chairman presides over the meetings of the committees. He or she carries over the policies of the committee with the help of the permanent officers. Students, this is the elected body of the municipality, but there are some permanent officers who work on behalf of the state government or for the state government. These officers include the executive officer. Students, he is the officer head of the municipality. Executive officer. Then students, there is a secretary of the municipal committee, health officer, education officer, sanitary inspectors, overseers and outright inspectors. They collect the taxes. So there are different types of officers who help in running the administration of the municipality. In the absence of the chairman, the vice chairman or the deputy chairman that I have written here, he or she performs his functions. Nowadays students, most of the chairmen, they have the women representatives as the chairperson I can say. So nowadays women are also being encouraged not just to participate in the village level politics, but now in the state level or the city level politics. They are given equal opportunities. Now students will study about the municipal corporations. I have given you the example students of our state Odisha that Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, Berhampur, Sambalpur and Rourkela. There are 5 municipal corporations situated in our state. Okay. Then very large cities having a population of more than 10 lakh are becoming the municipal corporations. As I have given you the example of 5 cities of our state. The municipal corporation is a body of members elected by adult citizens. That is the people who have attained the age of 18 years and above, whose names are present in the voters list. Citizens desirous of contesting an election should have completed the age of 25 years. The persons having 18 years or more than 18 years, they can vote. But if you want to participate in the election, being a ward member, if you want to become a ward member, maybe a lady, maybe a gent, he or she must have attained the age of 25 years. This is the rule prescribed by the Election Commission of our country. For the purpose of elections, a city is divided into several wards, as in SCs and municipalities. This is the same way. Each ward elects only one member. There are reserved wards from where only the scheduled caste, some scheduled tribes, some women, some Dalits, they are reserved according to the population of the particular city. Similarly, seats for women have also been reserved. The members who elected in the elections are called councillors, as they are known as in municipalities. Some students, the elected members are known as corporators, because it is a municipal corporation. Corporators is the designation given to the elected ward members. Okay students, then the aldermen who are experienced and eminent personalities of the city. Councillors nominate some other members called the aldermen, who are very experienced and influential personalities of the city. Students, then the members of the municipal corporation elect a mayor. Mayor is the head of the municipal corporation. Then he is assisted by deputy mayor. Okay students, then these are the elected head of the municipal corporations. A mayor's post is a very prestigious one and he is called the city father. So that's the name given to him, city father. He presides over the meeting of the corporation and looks after its functioning. In his absence, the deputy mayor performs his duties or her duties. The term of the mayor and deputy mayor is for 1 year only. Then the mayor is held by executive officers such as the municipal commissioner, who is usually an officer of the IAS cadre, Indian Administrative Services cadre. He or she is the municipal commissioner. The chief engineer, chief medical officer, secretaries and education officers, sanitary inspectors, they all look after the official administration of the municipal corporations. The routine work of the corporation is carried out by several committees. There are several committees. Each committee consists of 5 to 12 members. All these committees help the members in solving the problems of the city. Okay. So there are different committees who try to solve the different types of problems and issues happening inside the municipal corporations. Now, we'll study about the functions. What are the functions of the municipal corporation? What are the different functions? The municipalities and the municipal corporations, they both have regular and common functions. They doesn't differ, but differs between only the area or the size of population. Maintenance of public hygiene and waste disposal, yes, in students in most of the cities nowadays, solid waste management system, then the waste materials are being dumped in the dump yard, it is being recycled. So there are different types of measures being taken for the proper functioning of the hygiene. Okay, then to look after the public health by building hospitals and dispensaries. Students, there are the government hospitals and dispensaries looked after by the municipal corporations, municipalities, for the better health of the people, of the general public. Then students, to provide water, electricity and markets. Yes, it's true. To provide the water, electricity. Register births and deaths. Students, it's true that whenever a child takes birth, the birth certificate is needed for different purposes, and that is being made in the municipality or the municipal corporation's office. The death certificate, the death records are also kept there. To build and maintain schools, roads and buildings, bridges, so that is also one of the main duty of the municipalities and municipal corporations. Students, then the next is the most important one, the source of income. Students, how do they get the money? Because for every purpose we need money. Without money nothing is possible. Whatever they do, the work, the salary, the different types of construction, the maintenance, everything, money is needed everywhere. To provide amenities to the people in the municipal bodies, they need funds. So from where do these funds come from? Their sources of income are taxes levied on property. First of all, students, taxes on property. Then students, taxes collected on facilities used like water, taxes on water, used by us, and then toll on bridges, and roads. Then next students, the next collection of revenue is the taxes on water, toll, bridges and roads. Students, next is the annual grants from state government. Students, the state government provide money to all the municipalities, all the municipal corporations to run efficiently and smoothly. The last one is students, the rent collection. What do you mean by rent? Rent means kiraya, bhada. That from the urban local bodies, like they have set up some complexes, market complexes, some buildings are there. It is being given for rent purpose by the local urban civic bodies like the municipalities and municipal corporations for better income source. Students, then there is a structure, tree-like structure of the municipal corporation. The structure of the municipal corporation that I will tell you, that if you will see in the textbook. So this is the structure of the municipal corporation. So what are they? First of all, at the top level, there is the voters and adult citizens. They vote and the councillors are being made. Then students, they become the members of the municipal corporations, and the aldermen who are also nominated, they also join the municipal corporation. Then they elect a mayor, a elected member. All the elected members, the majority of the members, they elect a mayor, a single person who is also a councillor, as mayor and deputy mayor. Then they look after the functioning of the municipal corporation. And this is how the municipalities also run. Students, this was the topic all about the urban administration. Students, today we have studied two chapters. The first one is rural administration, the second is urban administration. By watching this video, students, you must have understood that how a village administration and how a rural urban administration, like a town or a city, is run. Therefore, students, I want to tell you that at the end of the video that please look the book, refer the book while watching this video. Then only you will understand it clearly. So, students, for today now, I may bid goodbye to all of you. We'll meet tomorrow with a new video. Thank you, students. Bye bye.